Disney, to pull movies from Netflix, launched their own streaming service.
She broke it.
No, I clicked on the wrong one. I'm sorry.
The increasingly crowded field of streaming services is about to become even more fractured, as Disney has announced plans to pull its films from Netflix and launch its own streaming service in 2019, as well as a separate ESPN streaming platform due in 2018. While Netflix has long been reigning champion of the streaming video service, that's due largely to the one-time DVD delivery service getting on the ground floor of streaming boom. As the media world has shifted away from reliance of traditional revenues, blah, blah, blah. You have Amazon, you got HBO, you got Hulu, you got all of
Netflix.
this. Now, Disney CEO Bob Iger released a statement that laid Disney's vision for its streaming future. So here it is. Here's Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
I'm kidding. It's Bob Iger. Today, we announced a strategic shift in the way we distribute our content. The media landscape is increasingly defined by direct relationship between the content creators and the consumers. And our control of BAMTech full array of innovative technology will give us the power to forego those connections. Forge, not forego. Sorry. I was like, we're cutting the cord, man. Forge those connections along with the flexibility to quickly adapt to shifts in the market. This acquisition and the launch of our direct-to-consumer service mark an entirely new growth strategy for the company, one that takes advantage of the incredible opportunity that changing technology provides us, leverage the strength of our great brands. So, what we all get here. They bought a company that's got technology. Bam!
Of it.
Bam tech. Okay? That's saying a lot here. They're pulling the movies, and guess what? Rogue One just hit Netflix.
Yep, and it's going off. Not anytime soon.
Now it's going to be once they finish their contract. That I think 2019 is when the last one finishes. That's when you're going to start seeing the movies. Mm-hmm. Now they don't mention the Netflix series that they have going on, which is Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, and the Defenders right now. So they have their own series going on there. I think they stay with them for a while until they see that, oh, we can pull off. Now, I'm not sure what their contract says on the Netflix originals, if when they leave, it's theirs or what. Like, what kind of Netflix is going out there.
Because they would be dumb to abandon the Netflix original, Daredevil, Jessica Jones. They would be dumb to let that go.
Which I don't think Disney or Marvel would sign away licenses like they had back in the past.
Not Disney.
So they have something, they're going to be able to take it with them.
Yeah.
Now, this comes right after we found out that Netflix is literally bleeding money. They're $20 billion in the hole. Or is it $20 million?
$20 million. I want to see. I don't.
Allie, fact check me right there. Give me a total here. It's in the 20-something illions. All right, and that's pretty bad. You know, we've seen shows like The Office leaving. We've seen shows.
It's 20 billion.
20 billion.
Okay.
20 billion. We've seen The Office leave. We've seen Scrubs leave. We've seen several of these things. Big shows leave. NBC's kind of breaking away as well. That also means ABC shows are going to come away. So you're going to lose Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You're going to lose all of those that's going on there. CBS doesn't have a lot of good shows, so they're on there, of course. You've got all of this, but Netflix is kind of like somebody keeps shooting holes in their boat.
Like it's a shell of its former self, of what it used to be.
Yeah, and it was up on this lofty hill. It was up here, and it was shining on the hill. And now everybody, like the sharks are circling in the water. Like, I don't know how this city becomes in the hill and then it's a ship
and then
as
it's in the water, but yeah.
It's Waterworld.
Oh, God.
But it's doomsday. I feel the time has come, you know?
Yeah, I understand why, but I wish that there was another, like, instead of Disney having their own, other people having their own. Like, I'm obviously going to sign up for Disney and the ESPN one, but that means I'm going to have... Admit me, I want to have ESPN. I want to have Disney, HBO. Like, how many streaming services are we going to get?
Okay, I have two different thoughts. The reason why they're in the hole is because they had a few Netflix original things. They did well, and so there's a bunch of all these really small Netflix things. They're spending money on that.
Oh, yeah.
No one hears about them. No one watches it. Whatever. Another thing is that Disney content has been really there's always a lot of Disney content on Netflix. My guess is that because Disney wants to monopolize everything, Disney wants to buy out Netflix, and Netflix is like, we won't sell because even though we're 20 billion in debt, whatever. And so, whether or not that actually happened,
voice.
that's whether or not that actually is something that went down. That's definitely an attitude that they're having.
Yeah.
And so Disney's like, okay, well, we're gonna pull away slowly, and then once you realize how in trouble you are, then you're gonna come to us. We'll buy you out, and then Disney will own Netflix.
You know what's going to happen? Apple's going to come in. Apple's going to buy everybody. They got their $1 trillion. And so they're just like...
I don't see that happening, but I do like.
I agree with Allie, though. Like, you've seen them go through... you have House of Cards. Amazing show. Watched by everybody that likes politics and people that don't like politics, likes me.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have your Marvel shows that are on there. But you had all these big successful things, but then you started seeing all these, like, just kind of just throwing them out there. And I love Marco Polo, but Marco Polo was not liked by everybody, was not watched by everybody, and it got canned. And they've done several of these where it was just kind of there, and they were spending a ton of money.
There's a new one, and they got Will Smith to play in a Netflix original.
God,
Really?
Yeah.
There's so many different movies now. We're like, I don't remember hearing about that, and then it says Netflix original, and I'm like, where did this come from?
You know how much money it costs to get Will Smith to get into something?
Not very much. I'm making a joke.
They just had to get jiggy with it.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to say they had to get fresh with it.
Fresh or jiggy.
But, you see all of these things, and people aren't watching them, and their production value is is amazing, but they're paying for that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And you're definitely not getting your bang for your buck on this. So I'm just kind of... you see the writing on the wall. Netflix is definitely going to be starting to shrink. People are going to start leaving. And then we're going to get back into where we were before all the streaming services were. It's going to cost the same amount of money to get all the streaming services as it does to have cable.
Yeah, and then
you're right back where you were.
And Disney's like, hello.
It's coming full circle, and that's what pisses me off. Excuse my language.
Your non-PG language,
but
on the Nerd Cave.
It does tick me off that they're like, oh, don't have to get cable anymore. You don't have to have satellite anymore. Whoever has satellite, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
And they're like, here's Netflix, your cure-all, be-all fix.
Yeah.
And now they're like, well, we're gonna have this. We're gonna have this streaming service and this and this, and it's just gonna be like literally, 206 is ESPN, 296 is Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network gonna have their own dang stream. Nickelodeon's gonna have their own stream. Nick at Night's gonna have a stream.
Why would Nick and Night and
Who knows?
Nickelodeon not be in the same stream?
Don't ask me.
I'm just wondering.
It's sad that we're getting back to the point because Netflix was not supposed to be this at all, and now they're slowly dying. But that Will Smith Netflix original is called Bright.
Bright.
It does look pretty
Never
good
heard
though.
of it.
Does it shine bright like a diamond?
It does not. It's really dark and gloomy, but
Like
it
a
does
turd.
look good.
And like a porta john, it's like that water salt.
Pot of golds.
Yeah. You know what's not like a turd? LootCrate.com.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the next article, and I was like, oh.
Loot Crate is offering an opportunity to you, the listener of the Nerd Cave podcast. On any new subscription, you could save up to 10% of the cost. All you have to do is go to LootCrate.com, enter code BRIDGE10, and get 10% off.
That's it. I quit.
Hey, that was a good one. That was good. That was a good Zach way. Loot Crate, if you haven't, if you're just joining us, and if you've just joined the 25th century,
if you're not living under a rock,
you're not like that spider under that rock. Loot Crate is like a freaking Comic-Con in a box, or it's like GameStop in a box without games. So it's like the other part of GameStop that they try to make you buy.
In the next 7 to 10 business days, I'll be getting my Loot Crate of this month. So pretty excited about that. I jumped back in on the Loot Croc.
No,
The Loot
not Loot
Crocs.
Croc.
I love Crocs.
No.
The Loot Crate.
Yep, there you go. Stay on brand.
It's just all the stuff you can get. T-shirts, pop figures. And I'm very big into pop figures, so that's exciting. And T-shirts. Who doesn't love a good nerd T-shirt?
So it's like a mystery crate. All the best geek and gamer gear that you could ever want is there. Now, Loot Crate is a monthly subscription for $20.
Plus
Less than $20. You can get to 6 to 8 items that include licensed gear, apparel, collectibles, unique one-of-a-kind items, and more. Now, you have until the 19th of the month at 9 p.m. Pacific time. And if you miss it, that's the cutoff. Jack, you're done. You don't get nothing. You don't
That
get no
month.
loving. You don't get nothing.
You get it next month.
You don't get
Calm
that
down.
month. You have a month without love. No one loves you. Everyone shuns you for that month, and they're just like, why didn't you get it before 9 p.m. Pacific time
And then
on
you have,
June 19th?
And then you
or
have
whatever 19th, not June 19th.
Then you have this priest lady following you with a bell saying,
Shame!
"Shame, shame."
By supporting Loot Crate, you can support our channel, The Nerd Cave. So sign up at www.trylootcrate.com/nerdcave and enter your code BRIDGE10 to save 10% off on any new subscription.
Don't worry, I gotta.
If you enjoyed that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want gaming content, you can go over to Nerd Cave Gaming right there. If you want to support us, you can check out Patreon right there. If you want more videos, check them out right here. Go ahead, pick one of them. I wonder which one you're going to do. If you're going to be cool, you'd pick any of them. All 4 of them. You'd be awesome.